Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the McGonagall Boxing Podcast. So, it's a busy week of boxing again. Just want to touch base on, first of all, the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. It's kind of crazy that we're less than 2 weeks away from Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, in Texas. I don't know what to say. I mean, all we know is it's a huge, 80,000 arena. It's going to be worldwide on Netflix. They're both going to be earning like $23 million, which I think is about 18 million pound. Serious money. I believe that's after tax. So, I mean, these guys are getting paid. And fair play to him. I'm happy for Mike Tyson. I really am. A brilliant way, to end hopefully an illustrious career. I'd like to see him obviously one and done. I don't want to see him fight on after this fight. It's, for me, still kind of crazy that he's fighting a 27-year-old in his absolute physical peak. And Jake Paul has been boxing now solidly for 6 years competitively, but he's probably been training now near enough sort of 10 years. So he'd be a German pro, wouldn't he? And even a German pro in heavyweight division would beat Mike Tyson of a 58-year-old. So listen, for me, Jake Paul's favourite. He is, and ultimately it's sad to say, but the likelihood is he's going to survive a scary first round for him, where the crowd go nuts and he probably gets buzzed and he probably gets hit by Tyson, but he probably grabs and holds for dear life, manages to run away and just slip and elude Tyson to about 4 or 5, and then you realise that Tyson's got nothing left, and Tyson then will be done and he'll be like collapsed with exhaustion, probably like aka Danny Williams. But this time with more heart and more fire, just age. And I think he'll probably be pulled out, probably stopped on the ropes, but sadly even knocked out about round 6. So that's what my head is telling me. Of course, my heart's saying Tyson, first round knockout, he's going to turn back the clock. And don't get me wrong, if this was 1995, it would be a first round knockout. If it was 1986, it'd be first round knockout by murder. But this isn't that. It's sadly 2024, and a 58-year-old pushing 59 is no match for a 27-year-old, even if it is Jake Paul. Listen, he's a journeyman boxer, and I know he's going up a weight class from cruiser, where he's most comfortable, to heavy. I know that, and it'll be interesting to see how Paul handles that weight gain. He's looks like he's gained about 2 stone in muscle mass. Will it slow him down? Will he gas out? But at 27, you get away with it. And obviously, he's a rich man, and he's got the best nutritionists, the best trainers, the best guidance. So I think he's done the weight smartly, and it's far easier to go up in weight than it is to go down. If he was going down a light heavy or super middleweight, then that would be an issue. But obviously, it favours Tyson in respect. It's only 8 rounds. It's only 2-minute rounds. It favours Paul when it's 40-ounce gloves. So there's pros and cons, but ultimately, still at 58, fighting is exhausting. And after 2 minutes for a 58-year-old, that's enough. And how's he going to react to getting punched for the first time in 20 years? Especially Jake Paul, can punch. He's got some power. He's also got 2 more stone of added power. And so, unfortunately, I think your punch resistance is going to go. And I think Tyson might be able to take it, certainly the first couple of rounds. But after that, he's just going to be cannon fodder. So like I say, I can't see his fight going more than 6. I think Jake will probably stop him. I hope it's not a vicious KO. I hope it's more exhaustion than anything. But ultimately, Tyson's punch resistance will go when he becomes exhausted. When his head movement slows, and his own power goes, and he becomes a sitting duck. So he could get badly knocked out, which will be very, very sad. He's going to get knocked out one way or another. I just hope it's TKO. He's probably going to get floored. I just hope he gets up and the ref weighs it off rather than just a one punch knockout, because no one wants to see that. Everyone, the world and his wife, wants Tyson to win. I want Tyson to win, but you've got to be realistic. I think he knows if he doesn't get Paul out there within the first round, it's over. So he's going to be putting it all on Paul, and it's going to be a hell of exciting opening first round. And I think Tyson's going to go for it. There was always this, oh goodness me, is he going to fix it? Is he going to let Paul go to the 8? Is he going to take a dive? But I think he'll fight honestly and truly. He knows his fan base. He knows the world's watching. And he knows, at $23 million, he can't rip people off. So I think he's going to go for Paul. And I think Paul will be very uncomfortable for the first round. Very uncomfortable. But like I say, he'll move out of range, grab for dear life, and just weather that storm. Eventually exhaust Tyson, where he have no punch resistance, and I think he'll flop on the ropes, aka Daniel Williams fight, and it'll be over. Probably round 4. It won't go past 6 though. And I hope I'm wrong. My goodness, I hope I'm wrong. I hope Tyson lands with an absolute steaming uppercut, which I think is the punch he should be going for, not headshots. Flying combinations, I'd love to see that in the first round, but I just think Paul's too quick, too slick, knows what's going to happen. He's going to tie Tyson up for dear life and evade him. So that's my take on it. I think KO Paul round 4, certainly no later than round 6. Also want to touch base on, but I tell you what, sorry, before I move on, it's going to be a hell of a spectacle. It's going to sell out, and you know what? There could be talk that it rivals Pacquiao Mayweather in pay-per-view buys. Well, watch this space, but it's going to be a hell of a fight in terms of money generated and attendance, because Mike Tyson still brings electricity. And let's be honest, Jake Paul is a name, so it's going to be one hell of a fight. But I just can't see Tyson winning sadly. Next news, Queensbury have signed up with DAZN, which means they're going to be heavily linked now with Riyadh, which is a pro for them, of course, because they'll be earning 10 times more money with Turkey Al-Sheikh at the Realms, and with DAZN, of course, who are, multi-millionaire company. But you have to wonder, don't you, where does this leave British boxing? Now, all the fights are going to be going to Riyadh, pretty much, aren't they? Where is this going to leave, the up-and-coming fighters? I guarantee some are going to leave Victoria. They're going to leave Sky Sports. They're going to leave, all the UK locations, and they're going to head to where the money is, where it's DAZN now, and Riyadh. So there's pros and cons here. I mean, ultimately it's going to be more partnership deals with Warren and Hearn, and bigger fights, but it's not great for the UK fan, because you have to spend thousands travelling out there to see the fights now. I mean, it's a shame, because you saw Wembley, how electric it is over the Jabbar Joshua fight, and the stadium cannot be replicated in Dubai or Riyadh or anywhere in the Middle East. It just can't be replicated. But unfortunately, that's where they're going, because money talks. But I'd love to see another Dubai Joshua style fight, but where's it coming from now? But exciting times for Warren. Obviously, he's going to make a lot of money. His promotion's going to make a lot of money, and he'll attract more fighters because of it. And then you have to wonder now, is it really game on with Hearn and Warren? They seem to be best friends at the moment, don't they? But they're now fighting for that same DAZN spot, prime time. It's going to be interesting. How long are they going to be best buddies for with all this competition now? Watch this space. But like I say, it's a big move for Warren. He's going to attract more fighters. There's no question he might even poach from Hearn. But also it's a concern now. Where does this leave UK boxing? Where does it leave our big fights? Do we always have to travel abroad for that? Not ideal, not great. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the sections comment. And let me know what you think is going to happen with Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. I'm going for Jake Paul KO about round 4. Sorry, TKO. I think Tyson will slub against the ropes, exhaustion, and the ref will wave it off. But let me know what you guys think. Like I say, I hope I'm wrong. I hope Tyson does the business. I hope he's still got some of that ferocious power and hand speed. But 58, 20 years outside the ring, it's almost impossible. All right, guys, I'm out. I'll catch you soon on the McGonagall Boxing Podcast. A lot to think about this week.